Hello, this is Athena with AMG Creates, and I'm doing bookmarks today. Um, this was the first thing that I thought of whenever I bought this, is that, hey, I'm gonna do Harry Potter bookmarks, or at least inspired, because I don't have, um, I didn't want to use other, stamp and die sets. I wanted to keep with this one, so I'm using the stitched bookmark and the little woodland library and just keeping it to this. I really like this stitched bookmark. I've seen a whole lot of other people do some interesting stuff with it. So what I'm doing is I have Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, and Hufflepuff kind of recognized here by colors, and I wanted to get it sort of, they're all sort of similar, they just have some different colors, some different things to them. So I kind of thought about, like the worm is Slytherin, the skunk is, I messed up the colors after a while because I was going to do the owl as Ravenclaw, the fox as Gryffindor, and then the skunk as Hufflepuff, which I realize now, the whole thing is that Hufflepuff are just a bunch of stoners and weed smells like skunk. And anyway, I'm going on a tangent. I thought that was funny. Either way, I messed up the colors on the books, so no. I also pre-did a whole lot of this stuff before actually hitting record. So even though it was originally 28 minutes, it wasn't even a half hour long. I sped this up in a couple of places, but I also pre-cut and pre-glued and pre-stamped a couple of these. And I don't have any like twine or anything for the tassels. I was going to put, so on the stitch bookmark thing, you see like the little circles on the bottom. Those are like tassel holders, tassel to make sure that the hole up at the top of the bookmark doesn't get all messed up and stuff. So I don't have any of those. I did, goodness, what's the word? I did do the thing with them. I cut them out. I had to think about that, I'm sorry. But yeah, I cut them out. I just didn't use them. So now I am speeding up the process of making sure that everything is colored. I really like what I did. I like that I kind of incorporated everything. I'm looking at them now too. So I do all the coloring and everything, and then obviously I do the voiceovers. And I really enjoy how this worked out. Yeah. So that way, if your kid is reading, or if you are rereading Harry Potter, then go ahead. As many of you know, especially whether or not you are or were Harry Potter fans, Dame Maggie Smith had passed away earlier this week, and she was one of the people that, like, while I don't give much thought to celebrities anymore, but a lot of the ones that have carried on in my youth, like I have known of her since Hook, which I realized that she has a 70-year career, but just the fact that I've known of her since then. And it was also one of the memes that was going around, and it wasn't really a meme, but that's what they call them now. One of the memes that was going around was whenever she was in Hook with Robin Williams. And if you've watched Hook, she comes down the stairs, and she says, you know, it's been 10 years, give me a squinch, and a squinch is what she called a hug. And it's been 10 years since Robin Williams passed away, and he was another big person in my life, the people that I watched. Um, and it was one of the things where as time went on with him, I would also watch his comedy shows. They were very inappropriate, and I loved them. And you could tell, as you can with most comedians, that whenever it's not funny anymore to them, then you know that something's wrong. And we really didn't see him laugh in the last couple of things. A couple of his movies were rather dark rather than something funny. So yeah, it's one of the things where I would like to think that it's nice that they're back together. I do find it interesting that it's been 10 years. That's the movie that they reference a lot for both of them. So yeah, it was just one of the things where I would watch her in Downton Abbey. Oh my gosh. Anybody who is absolutely snarky like that, and it's been like that apparently all of her career, that is who she is, which is fantastic. Oh my goodness. But also just the fact that so many people on on the Harry Potter cast have already passed away. So obviously we're used to older people passing away. It's just death is inevitable. I get that. But having some of the more memorable ones, like obviously we knew that both of the Albus Dumbledores were old, and then a couple of the kids I think had passed away too, and then Robbie Coltrane, and of course Alan Rickman, who was another one where I absolutely loved him and his sense of humor. If you can't tell, I definitely value humor and sarcasm over a lot of things, actually. But watching Alan Rickman in things like Dogma, and then he wasn't Pride and Prejudice, but it was something similar to, it was some sort of Jane Austen-esque thing, and I'm drawing a blank right now. Also, he was Marvin, the depressed Martian in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So it's, hearing him passing a while ago was definitely a big thing for me as well. So I don't really care too much about how celebrities feel about politics or anything like that, because honestly, 100%, I pay for you to dance. So, if I like who you are, then I go to your movies, I pay for your stuff. Which might sound bad. It sounded bad coming out of my mouth, but that is essentially what we do. Is that if there's something that we don't like, then we don't go, we don't buy, we don't participate in. With the rise of social media, we just complain about instead of not participate. It is what it is. Everybody gets to say what they want to say, and then people get to say what they want to say after that. It's a mess. So yeah, I had to make sure with these books, if you notice that they don't have the color of the shelf on them. That was fun. And it didn't take me very long to do. It was just one of the things where it's like, okay, I need this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. But it wasn't that bad. If I had thought this out a little more, I could have used other stamp sets to make sure that it made sense. The skunk could have easily been turned into a badger. I could have probably found a lion, I think. I don't even think that, no, I have a lion somewhere in my stash of stuff. Um, what else? I have the worm is a snake. It is what it is. And I think that's it. I have a couple of birds. I don't have raven. No, I do. I have crows. I realize they're not the same thing. They're just in the corvid family. Yeah. So I figured I wanted to stick with this stamp set. That's why I said Harry Potter inspired with all the colors instead of, you know, trying to find things that actively work. I am very excited about the audiobook that is supposed to come out next year sometime. I am waiting with anticipation, question mark, on the HBO show when they're redoing Harry Potter. I am worried for some things. I am just, they had a casting call. I'm worried. And a lot of people are worried about Hermione in general for reasons. But yeah, there's a lot of things that in this day and age I'm a little bit worried about. But either way, I think that I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyway because it was such a big part of my life. Reading the books, I went to I think it was the 6th book, because the 7th book I was getting it before I went to Wyoming, or I was already in Wyoming. So it obviously came out well before, or sorry, before and after, well after I turned 11. So it's been interesting also as an adult to reread these, or to rewatch the movies and have adult feelings about things instead of remember how I felt as a child about what was going on in the movies. And as I said, I've been rereading the books too, so it's been interesting just to feel the feelings. And I do like the bunny, the bigger one and the little one right there, because I believe that that's how books like this should be read. I like the idea of hand-me-down things like that. So that way you and your child or whatever can talk about what's going on with the books. Any books. So that is it. These are the 4. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. This was a whole lot of fun, and I enjoyed this, and it really didn't take too long to do. So I hope that you enjoyed it too. And on the back as well, you can write like a little message or whatever. But that is it, and I hope that you had fun watching this. Thanks, and have a nice day.